Mike, can you hear me? Think I might need to go out and come right back in.
I can hear you, Vera.
Oh, you can hear me?
Yeah.
I can't see anything.
It's playing the intro right now.
Oh, okay.
And welcome to another exciting episode of The Energy That Surrounds Us. I'm your host, Michael Koff. And normally I would be joined by my co-host, Michelle. But due to freakishly nice rain that we're getting in Texas, her internet is down, so she won't be able to join us tonight. So she said to send her apologies. And our guests are also out of Texas, and I feel being impacted by the same storm. So Lisa may join us when she gets a chance to get signal. But we do have the amazing Vera Lopez. Is it pronounced Rincon?
Yes.
Nice, I got it right. Welcome to the show, Vera.
Thank you. It's nice to be on, but this weather is just crazy. I have no internet at home either, so I'm using my cell and I'm in my truck.
So, well, hopefully we won't drain your truck battery down too badly.
Oh, we're good. I got a full battery.
Well, that's good. I'd say freakishly weather because we need the rain, but
Yeah,
we're getting downpours. We're not getting the nice, gentle rain that'll soak into the ground.
it's flooded rain. We're
So,
flooded over here. We have 3 creeks before you get to my property, and they're just filled.
wow.
Yeah.
And I think this is just day one of 5 days they predicted we're going to get rain.
Yes.
So hopefully you won't flood out of your home.
Yes.
Our thoughts will be with you for that. But with that being said, where in Texas are you and Lisa located?
I am located in Lockhart, and Lisa's located in Seguin.
Oh, okay. I didn't know Lisa lived near the Magnolia.
Oh, yeah. When we go over there, we always go and do a ghost tour out on the outside. And it's just wild because you catch a lot of amazing things out there.
So what's your favorite Magnolia experience and story?
Well, I've never been inside, only on the outside. The last time that me, Lisa, and the kids went out there, um, it was back in October, and we got a lot of amazing stuff. The windows, um, blinds were opening and closing one by one. It was just crazy.
Wow, and so for those of you who have not been to the Magnolia, were the blinds opening and closing like one right after the other, or was there like a gap in between, like maybe somebody could have
No,
been inside?
no one was in that room, and one started, and then the second one started, and then the third one started, and it lasted for about 20 minutes, opening and closing. It was crazy.
I'm just curious, is it the murder room that's doing that?
I'm not too sure what room that is. Like I said, I've never been in, but you would see shadows standing by the windows peeking out, You could see the blinds opening up, and when we stood out there looking, that's when they just all started going off one by one.
Right. So, for clarification, since you haven't been inside, I was inside once. The murder room, if you're looking at the front of the building, and what I'm calling the front has that archway where the front door would be, it's
Hmm.
the top one on the far right, that corner.
Well, this was right in the middle of the side building on the side. Um,
Okay.
it was the second floor, or looked like the second floor, but you would see the windows up there. There used to be a balcony where there's a door
Right.
to the left, but right in the middle is when all the Venetian blinds started opening and closing.
Okay. So I know where you're at now. So anyone who's been there, that's the most original section of the house. And that would be the living room with the fireplace in it, if I'm not mistaken. Now. So that's really cool that you had that happen. And does that happen often there, or was that like a one time show for you guys?
No, every time we've been there afterwards, the windows still open and close. I mean, the blinds.
Right.
Uh,
That,
they
that's.
that's
Go ahead.
something a lot of people uh, go and experience, and that's something that happens all the time when you sit out there and look at the windows.
Yeah, and I love how you say it happens all the time because when I was there the one time, it didn't
Hmm.
happen.
Oh wow!
But I was there with two other teammates, and we were getting a lot of activity inside.
Hmm.
And I was a little disappointed because I didn't do research on it,
Hmm.
and I didn't realize that there was a staircase going down to the first level that was open for investigation. I thought that was their private living area.
Hmm.
And so I missed not only the first floor, but I also missed the basement.
Oh well, we're still trying to go in. Um, Sometime before the end of the year, we're gonna do a visit over there and see if we can get in.
Okay. Um, we have a question from the chat room. Linda Judd is asking, well, first off, she's saying hi to me. So, hi, Linda. And she's asking, do the blinds go up and down for other groups?
I really don't know because every time we go out there, they open and close side by side. They don't go up and down. And uh, closes from side to side. It's like someone pulls the curtains open, the string, and it opens, and then you can pull it down, it closes. So that's what it does.
Right. Okay. So, beyond the Magnolia in Seguin, what are some other locations that you and Lisa have been frequenting?
Well, there's the Lockhart Museum, Jail Museum. There's a lot of activity there as well. We've
Really?
gone over there and done a few investigations. The last time that I was there, my back was burning. I had 3 scratches on my back.
Ooh,
Lisa's grandson got bit, and I
bit.
actually have a picture where you can see somebody's teeth on his hand.
Oh wow! So it wasn't a like a bug bite or something. It was an actual bite.
Yes, you can see the indentions of the teeth on his hand.
Wow. So I have to admit, I have never heard of this Lockhart Jail Museum.
Well, whenever you want to come out, I can arrange it where we come in and investigate. We can rent it on a Saturday, Sunday, and do a walkthrough.
That would be really cool because I like going to new places and checking them out. So, what are some of the things that have been happening at the jail?
You can
I think her phone froze.
he smelled a lot of roses. I mean, very, very strong. And then, and we were sitting right in front of the jail, one of the jail rooms there, and um, it just smelled like roses. And then all of a sudden, it just smelled a real bad odor, like when people have not taken a bath in a while. You could smell that odor, and
Wow.
it was crazy.
So I'm gonna be honest, Vera. We missed the first part of it. You're kind of like your signal froze, and then we just heard smelled like flowers or roses.
Okay,
So
we were in front of one of the cells because back in the old days, you could walk upstairs and do your visit, and there's seats right there for you to sit, and you can talk to the inmate and then behind the bars. Well, one day, that day that we were there, you could smell roses. I mean, it was just so strong. And then after that, about 2 or 3 minutes later, you would smell this foul odor, like when a person doesn't bathe in a while. It just, I mean, it just smelled real bad afterwards. But
okay, and what were the years that the jail was in operation? Do you happen to know?
I think it goes back to the 1800s. It's an old jail.
Okay,
And
so being the 1800s, that would explain the foul smell because they like bathed once every 2 weeks or once a month. I think was the prescribed
I
bathing
took
habit
some
back then.
I took some pictures, and we caught some real good pictures. I'll have to send them to you on Messenger, but you'll see the sheriff looking through the window while you were inside the jail,
Oh,
and uh, you can see other faces there. Just crazy. I mean, it's wild. Very interesting, though.
yeah, that sounds really cool. And for those who may not be aware, when you're talking about your team, are you talking about the face group team that you formed, or do you guys have another team?
No, 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 no. We just use the, well, whoever wants to go with us, we call other teams out for them to go with us on an investigation. And if they want to go, I set it up and we do the Lockhart Jail Museum. So we
Okay,
kind of take them out there and show them everything. We do a little tour of the town here. We'll take them to other places where um, there's been sightings of ghosts and stuff. So uh, anybody can reach out to us and let us know, well, we want to go here, and I'll call the people and see when it's available for us, and I get back with them, and on that date we go do the tour.
That's really cool. And so, do you want them to reach out to you guys at your group, the Central Texas
'Cause,
Paranormal
yes,
Ghostbusters?
Nathan reach out to us at that page there, and we can set up the tour for them.
Okay. So, I am going to, well, I'm going to post a link to the group on into the screen. While I do that, Linda is asking, do you know who is haunting the jail?
No, I don't.
So, how did you know it was a sheriff in the photo? Was there like, could you make out the badge
Because
or?
he has the badge on. There's a picture of the sheriff there, and in the window you see the man. He looks just like him, and he has a badge on his shirt.
Okay. So I posted for everyone watching and in the chat room on the screen. Here is the Facebook address for the team. So do you guys stay pretty much in the Seguin and your Lockhart area, or do you guys travel outward?
Well, we travel out and try to go see new things. Uh, we join other paranormal groups and go with them on their outings, and whoever wants to come with us, they can come with us as well.
Okay, that's really cool. So I'm sure you guys get asked this a lot, but how did you and Lisa meet and decide to form a paranormal group and team?
Well, I met Lisa when I was with a different group, and she was with a different group, and we wanted to do something a little bit different, so we formed our own group. And um, there's a lot of kids that have abilities that they come with us, and their parents come, and we go here and there, and they're interested in a bunch of the stuff, and they also catch real good pictures and recordings and stuff. So basically, anybody who wants to come, they're more than welcome.
I think that's really cool that you are helping the kids with their gifts and that the parents are willing to come along.
Yeah, it's fun. You know, um, a bunch of the children that we have taken, uh, they get better uh, findings than me and Lisa sometimes.
Well, that
And
just means you're doing your job right.
so, uh, what's crazy is they'll tell us, "Look, there's somebody walking over there," and we look, and there's not nobody there, but they snap pictures, and later at the end of the investigation that we look at the pictures, and they catch a few uh, bodies walking here or there. You know, it's really wild, but they get some real good findings and recordings where you can hear somebody talking.
That's really cool. And so what was the driving force of you guys deciding to bring in the kids? Was that one of the things that you guys had talked about and said, "Hey, we want to do that with the group," or did that kind of evolve on its own?
Well, Lisa has two grandchildren that are that they see spirits and stuff. So when we were going with our group, uh, they always wanted to participate, but they said no because they were children. And that's when me and Lisa decided that we would form a different group, and any of the kids with abilities that wanted to come along and their parents were okay with it, we would take them or they could come with us. And that's pretty much why we actually formed that, because you know, that's our next generation coming forward and doing what everyone else is doing.
I have to commend you guys for that because that's a really cool, not only aspect to notice, but to actually do something about that. And so I have to say I commend you both, and please let Lisa know if she doesn't end up making it on the episode that we are really admire what you guys are doing.
Well, thank you. You know, we got to reach out to the next generation that will be doing what we're doing, haunting investigations here, there, and if they have abilities and they want to use them and go with us, that's good, because they'll be learning as they go.
So I'm sure you get asked this a bit, but I'm just kind of curious because Lisa and I have talked on the side, I think probably a little bit more than I've talked with you, and she shared some of her gifts, and I won't disclose those because that's her story to share. But do you have gifts?
Well, I sense when there's people around, and I take pictures, and in my pictures you'll see faces and stuff.
That's really cool.
So every time we go on an outing, I'm the one that takes the pictures. Lisa tells me where to record, and we'll do a recording, we'll catch something, but not all the time. But when I take all the pictures, I'm always catching something.
So have you ever had? I'm sorry if I keep saying so a lot. It's I'm starting to catch myself doing that more, so I apologize. But do you ever notice, like, you get an inkling to take a photo somewhere, and at the same time go, like, maybe to Lisa or one of the kids and go, "Hey, let's take a photo in this area," and you take your photos and see if you both catch the same thing?
Yeah, we have done that, and with a couple of kids that we've taken, they've caught the same thing I've caught. So
That's
it's
great validation.
so, I would go and take the picture and move out the way, and someone else comes in and takes the picture. And when we look at our photos, we both caught the same thing.
So when you take your photos, do you do like other investigators where you take like two, three, or four photos, or do you just take one and
I
go,
always
okay,
take I always take two or three of the same thing. On the first one, I
okay?
may not get nothing. The second one, you'll see something, and the third one, you won't see something. But I always take three photos.
I always have to say I do the same thing, and it always amazes me when it's like the middle photo is the one that catches something, and you're like, I really can't explain this because the first one you could say, oh, well, somebody was in the frame and then got out of the way. Same with the last one, but the middle, yeah, you can't argue that one and saying, oh, someone walked in frame because where are they on the first or the last photo?
Mm-hmm. Yes. But when I take it, and then another person takes it and catches the same thing, it's crazy.
That is crazy. And do you find it right away, or do you find it when you go home and put it on like a computer and review everything?
No, most of the time when I take the photos and I go back and look at it, I find it right away.
So I'm curious, do you take then other photos or try and figure out what what could have generated what you caught, or do you just sit there and be like, okay, I don't physically see anything there right now, but we got it, cool.
Yeah, I'll go back to that same place and retake photos again, and then when I get home, I'll blow them up and see what I find. Sometimes when I go back to the same place to take pictures again, I won't catch anything.
That makes it even more interesting of what you're catching. And I'm curious with your photos. When I was in Magnolia, I was always getting like behind somebody, it would be like a purple hue around like a bright light, like orb. I would say orb, but it would be in different places and it could be sometimes two or three in a photo. Have you ever picked up anything like that?
No, but I have caught some orbs in my photos. And
What's
there,
your opinion on orbs?
um, I don't know really. I know they're there. Sometimes I think they're spirits, but um, I just I don't know. I really don't uh, have a answer for that one, but
Well,
I do think they're
honestly,
spirits.
yeah, honestly, I don't think any of us do. I'm just curious because that's like one of the hot topics in the paranormal is
Mm-hmm.
orbs. Are they dust or are they spirits or insects? What are they? And it's like part of me at times wants to sit there and say, we're in an unexplained field. Are we really gonna sit here and argue semantics of what is and what isn't? But then at the same time, I'm like, if we are trying to make this a valid science, we have to stand up to scrutiny and be able to state, yes, we tested. This is this. This is that. So, what are some places that you and you and Lisa have talked about wanting to get
I
to and
lost
just haven't
you
gotten to
again.
yet?
Are you there?
I'm here.
Okay, my phone went out for a minute.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
it's I don't know. I couldn't really say. Um, but some of the orbs that we catch, they're perfectly round uh, and clear. So I don't understand uh, why they come out sometimes and why they don't come out. I couldn't give you an answer for that.
And
But
I
they're there.
totally can respect that. And so the next question I had asked when you were saying I was lagging was, is there a place that you and or Lisa have sit there and said, hey, we really need to get to this spot, but we just can't do it right now?
My phone cut out again, Mike.
I'm just kind of asking if you have a wish list of places to investigate.
Oh, I got a bunch of them. We're working on some out of town uh, investigations right now, and we'll be inviting other groups to go with us.
So I gotta ask then in this case, any plans on coming to the North Texas area?
Yes.
Nice.
So get with you once we get going that direction.
Yeah, that would be really fun, and I'd love to investigate with you both because I find watching your groups that you guys share a lot of really cool and interesting things. And so, one of the big questions that I was wanting to ask was when you guys created the Facebook group, what was your goal in mind for the group? Like, what were you building it for?
Well, we were building it to meet other groups and to investigate with other groups. And the children that want to come along could come.
Okay,
Everyone is welcome.
that's really cool. And so, one thing I have to say that I hear a lot from people is, well, how do you handle the people like the skeptics that come in and just want to put everything down and being like, no, you're not seeing anything. No, there's nothing there. All the quote naysayers. Do you get those on
Well,
your investigations?
oh, all the time. But the way I see it, to each their own. And I don't criticize anybody. And um, what they find or what they don't find, I just let it go in one ear and come out the other. Doesn't bother me. I know what I found and I know what I caught.
That's really cool. And so I have to also commend you and Lisa because not only are you guys forming a group in Central Texas, which there's I think a few groups there, but to be two women who have careers and everything, how do you find the time to do all of this?
I lost you. Uh, I said, I don't. It doesn't bother me what people think or say. I know what I caught and I know what I seen and I know what I picked up, and everybody has an opinion, and I respect that. But um, Lisa's the one that has more of a problem, and she gets upset when they start criticizing. And I just tell her, just let it go in one ear and go out the other.
That's hard to do sometimes, but I agree that is the best course. And what you had missed was I was saying I had to commend both you and Lisa being not only, women in Central Texas who formed a group and are doing this, but you guys have careers and you know, have your responsibilities. And it's really cool that you find the time to, maintain your life, what you have to do, and to investigate.
Well, thank you.
It's kind of amazing to when some of the stuff we talk about, and it's like, how do you find time to do all of this?
Well, we have to plan because I'm raising my grandchildren, and a daughter's still at home. So it's overwhelming.
Yeah, unfortunately, with the weather, there's a lot of lagging because it's on cell phone for those on the radio listening.
Yes.
But so, do you think any of your kids have or grandkids have gifts?
Mine, I'm not too sure. Uh, because they love going with us. I let them go, but they capture good pictures. They have a good memory. They know where we are. They know where we go. They know where we come from. They know where we go. 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 They know where we go.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, we lost you for a minute. But yeah, I don't know if my grandkids do. Lisa's grandkids do. All I know, they like going with us and they capture stuff on their pictures as well.
That's just amazing that you guys are able to do that and are open to it. And I'm kind of curious because a lot of people who I've talked to are that are gifted. Some are it's you almost want to say it's genetic because their family members had it before them, and then it gets passed down. And others are like just happen to have it and are hoping to pass it down. Are you in the boat of you had it in your family before, or is this something new to your family?
Yeah, I lost you again, Mike.
That's okay. It's understandable, being with this weather. It's playing havoc on our communications. But I was curious if this is something in your family line that you've been passed down to you, or
No, none of my family has any interest in it, and I don't know if any of my family members do. If they do, they haven't shared anything with us.
so then what got you started into the paranormal?
Well, I guess it was about 10 years ago. I started seeing stuff on TV, um, Zach Bacon's show, and the Spanish.
Okay. Yeah, a slight freeze, so hopefully she'll come back.
That we're back. That got me really interested. So I found a paranormal group that I joined and started going out there with them, and I started taking pictures. And every time I took pictures, I would find faces and in my pictures, and that just kind of um, started it off from there.
That's a pretty cool way to start. For I wish I had that when I started. I probably would have gone on many more adventures up front, but it took me a while before I'd start to see stuff in my photos.
And then when other paranormal groups go live, I watch, and sometimes I will have to let them know there's a face in a headstone or something. And
Yeah, I do have to apologize to everyone again with this Texas weather. It's causing problems, and cell phones aren't the most reliable.
that's
So hopefully we'll get back and have a stronger symbol or signal, I should say. We'll see when she pops back in. And we do hope Lisa is not getting flooded out. So our thoughts are with her and her family with this storm. And unfortunately, this is just day one of 4 or 5 more days. So hopefully, this will pass and the ground will get the water we need and it won't just flood and wash away. Up, we lost Vera, and so I will start just share some upcoming stuff with you guys for the remainder of the show, if that's okay with you all. If you have any questions for me, if you're in the chat room, feel free to ask. Um, so, Linda, where the weather is actually calmed down where I'm at, it's not raining so much right now, but yes, there is a storm front coming in, and we're supposed to get relief tomorrow, and Thursday is supposed to be another wave. But with this being Texas, we can get a wave tomorrow, or we may get the wave on Friday. It's hard to say. But yes, we are in heavy thunderstorms right now. And so we have a few upcoming episodes yet. Halloween night, we will be live with the show. So hopefully you guys will want to tune in with that. I will be joined by the Wraith Prince himself, Anthony Sabelos. They're out of the San Antonio area. And so Linda's asking, do you get flash floods? Not often, but it is, well, I should say not often in my area, Linda, but other parts of Texas, yes, there is flooding is an issue. And in fact, there is a town about 4 hours west of me that the rains would flood so badly that they actually had the curbs raised 4 inches. And how they did that was they actually took and dug out the streets and lowered them to about 4 inches to a foot deep. So it's a really big step up to go through some of the streets, and that's in Ballinger. And it looks like Vera may be able to come back in. All
I don't know. My
right.
phone's
So
saying SOS.
that's all right. What was missed was Linda was asking if it's storming there right now where you're at. It's quiet where I'm at.
No, it's pretty overcast. The wind is blowing like it's going to start pouring down again.
Well, do be safe, and if it's starting to look too dangerous, just let me know, and I can let you go because I don't want you to get stuck in your truck in a flood.
Yeah, it's getting pretty wild out here with the wind and stuff. But I really enjoyed being on your show. Thank you.
Yes, it was a real pleasure to get to talk with you face to face and to get to know you some more. And um, so, what's coming up for you and Lisa that you can share? Anything that you guys can
We're
announce?
planning a. Yeah, she's gonna put something on our page. We're gonna go to Louisiana to go see Madame Laveau's cemetery.
Oh, wow. So, you
Yeah,
guys are
so
going all the way over
that's
to
the
Norland.
next outing. So she's been wanting to go there, and so have I. That's kind of on our bucket list.
I have to say, I was in New Orleans and I did not get a chance to get over there. And that is a place that I would love to go back to and check out some of those other places. If you would like, Linda's asking, I'd like to hear more about how the kids and parents tours go, and are some shaping up to be interested in investigations. Keep helping the kids,
Well,
or
thank
keep
you.
up helping. Yes.
Yes, we will.
So, when you go on investigations, do you look at the history in advance and say, hey, this probably would be a little bit too heavy for a child to go on? Or do you just say to the parents, here's where we're going? It's up to you to decide if your kids can handle it.
Well, and we do some looking into the places, and we get the history, and then we relay the history to the parents of the children. And if they say it's okay, um, we'll take them,
That's that's an
and the
amazing
parents go
thing.
too.
So
So,
I'm kind of
um,
curious on the tours. Do the parents ever be like, no, son, that's not, or no, honey, that's not what you think it is? And you guys have to step in and go, actually, your kids are right. I'm sorry, but that is what they said it is.
no, I've never had that happen, because of the fact that most of the parents know their kids have abilities, and they just, you know, praise them that they were able to see that.
I have to say, and I think you might agree with me, that that's pretty rare and really a gift because we live in the Bible Belt. And so that's
Hmm.
really cool and amazing that the parents are actually saying to the kids, yes, you have gifts. This is great. Keep it up. Let's work on it instead of what we kind of had growing up
Encouraging
and
them.
going, nope.
No,
Sorry, I didn't mean.
um, all of the parents that I've met encourage their kids, and I think that's pretty cool.
That is. Because it's not easy being in the Bible Belt trying to be paranormal investigators. Because I kind of find a lot of times the churches and the people who say they're like of the faith, they're like, no, we don't believe in that, and you shouldn't either. That's dark, and it's like, no, it's not dark. That's why we're trying to help bring awareness to it. It's not what you all think it is.
I'm a Catholic, and I'm faithful Christian and everything, but I still believe in this because it's out there, regardless they want to accept it or not. And I don't think that um, investigating a place makes you a bad person.
I agree, and
And
that's
Lisa, she's a Christian too.
and so, do you and Lisa ever like sit down and just like go, you know what? Maybe we should just chill out after an investigation and be like, after everyone does their protection and cleansing stuff, and just sit down and go, man, I can't believe what we just witnessed, or how did you think the night went? Do you guys do that?
Yeah, we always go eat before we go on an investigation, and we talk about the history of the place. We get done, we'll go have drinks and stuff and sit down and talk and start looking at each other's pictures, see what we find.
That, that's a good thing to do, and I gotta say, I'm surprised, to be like right after I would. I always sometimes feel like, man, I am tired to have the strength to go. hey, let's hang out for like another hour or two and check out these photos.
Yeah, that's what we always do before and after. And we just sit down and go over our pictures and stuff. So it's pretty neat. And then we get home and we blow our pictures up and we can see exactly what's in there and what's not in there.
So I know a lot of people ask this, and it's a question that I find is hard to answer sometimes when it's asked of me, but I'm just curious, do you guys have standard equipment that you take on every investigation, or do you vary it depending on where you're going?
No, we both take our equipment. We have REM pods uh, in those little teddy bears with something touches it. It's a REM pod, and we got cat balls. I mean, we just got a lot of equipment that we take. Video camera, um, and then the kids they take a bunch of their own personal stuff.
That's really cool. And I'm curious because for me, the one piece of equipment that I'm starting to use more that I'm finding I kind of laugh at myself on the inside when I say, yes, this is becoming my go to equipment are the cat balls. Do you have that same feeling sometimes when you pick up the cat balls and be like, I can't believe I'm about to put these all around? But man, I get great stuff from these.
Oh yeah, we do too. I mean, and the kids they like everybody takes a lot of equipment. Me and Lisa, and we have maybe three or two of each things. And when we take the kids with us, they all grab something and they're using it, and they get so excited when they find something. You know, you ought to just see the look in their face. That's the most, I guess, exciting moment is the look, and they're so excited and we praise them for finding what they did, and they just want to keep going and keep going, and
That's
that's
really
what
cool.
I like. And yeah, the kids they just get so excited.
So I'm kind of curious. Um, Sorry, I just got a question that's I've seen pop up in the chat room. Linda is saying, "Hi, Michael. Can you see me here on YouTube?" Yes, I can, Linda. I guess I answered your question by putting your question up on the screen. Now, I'm curious is do you explain the equipment to the kids before they use it, or do they come already knowing and asking you, hey, can we use the REM pod? Hey, can we use the K2 or the cat balls?
They already know. These kids nowadays know more than the adults sometimes. They know every piece of equipment, they know what it does, how to use it. So, no, we don't explain anything to them. They already know it.
That's really cool. And so we're approaching the end of the hour, and I appreciate your patience and the patience of everyone watching and in the chat room dealing with the weather. What advice do you find yourself giving the most to the kids and other paranormal investigators?
Well, mainly the kids, I keep and I always praise them and let them know keep doing what they're doing. If this is what they have a calling for, go ahead, go for it. And, when we work with other paranormal groups and we see that they caught something cool out there or whatever, we always praise them as well.
Okay, so uh, that's really cool that you
I'm
do
back.
that. And I'm glad you were able to come back in because Linda says kids have great energy. It's possible to ask your guides to
Exactly.
boost your energy to be closer to that of the kids. I don't know if
Exactly.
you could have the stamina though to keep up with the kids. We're not in our 20s anymore.
Oh, let me tell you, they got more energy than anyone. They're just all over. I'm out of energy, and they're just like, they got new batteries put in them, and they want to keep going and keep going.
How late do your investigations with the kids usually go to?
We try keeping it to a minimum like 12 o'clock.
That's a
We'll
good
start
hour.
at 8 to 12, just 4 hours.
Yeah, that's pretty good because most
Even though
activities.
sometimes they want to stay later. Sometimes we do stay a little later. Um, at the kids' request that they're finding so much stuff and they want to keep going. We normally stay until 1. That's the latest we keep the kids out.
That's good because that's about normally I'm like 1, 2 at the latest. I'm like, okay, I'm starting to shut down. I can't be up like I could in my 20s up until like 4 or 5 and be like good to go. So I agree. one
Yes.
o'clock at the very latest is a good time, especially for kids. And Linda Judd is saying at the end of a past life reading with Sylvia Brown, she would ask that you raise your energy to feel refreshed. I find that
Thank you.
may work too, but also you need to ground.
Exactly. Ground yourself uh before and after is what I tell the kids.
What's your guys' go to method for grounding? I'm just curious.
Um we do a lot of praying before and after uh each investigation. Uh we use holy water, oil, and stuff that we get from the church. We put on each of the kids before and after.
Okay. Yeah, I asked because I have a friend that's a psychic, or I shouldn't say psychic, she's a medium, and her go to is like, she'll say, I need to go hug a tree to ground. And so I was just curious if that was something you guys did too.
No, we normally just do the same thing. We pray before we go in, we pray before we leave. We use the oil, holy water, and stuff, and we stay there and cleanse ourselves, and then we're ready to go.
Right. And that's a good thing to be consistent because then everyone is prepared and knows what to expect, and nobody's thrown off their guard and could end up in a situation. And Linda says, yes, those two situations are different. One's more active, lots of laughs.
Well, thank you.
Okay, well, we're at the we're actually a little over an hour. So I want to thank you for coming on. And again, if anyone wants to reach Vera or Lisa, who unfortunately couldn't be here, but our thoughts are with her that her and her family are not in a flood, or if they are, they're safe with this weather. And you can reach them on Facebook. The group is called what? I'll let you give the title of the group and how everyone can best reach you.
Paranormal Ghostbusters. Paranormal Ghost Central Texas Paranormal Ghostbusters.
Awesome. So there you go, guys. Thank you, Vera, for coming on and for braving the
Sorry
storm
about all the
in your
trouble.
car. It's okay. It's all fun of the live shows. Is we can't control the weather. We can just do the best we can.
Well, thank you very much for having us. Well, me. Lisa wasn't able to attend, but I'm pretty sure she'll watch it.
Yes, and if she ever wants to come on again, or if you want to come on with her, we'll be happy to have you guys on. And we are happy to support you guys and promote you guys doing what you're doing because I think it's great what you're doing with the kids.
Well, thank you.
And
And
I'm
if
looking
any
at.
kids out there, we take them on. Anyone that wants to go, don't matter how old you are, male, female, we will have them with us as well. If anyone wants to bring their kids.
That's really cool. And Linda says, hope to meet Lisa in the future. So you
Okay,
guys have
thank you.
plans already.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. And have yourself a wonderful night. Appreciate you coming in and being on the show.
Well, thank you for having me, Mike. And I'll send those photos over to you so you can see.
Please do. I'm looking forward to that.
All right. Well,
All right.
thank you once again. You have a wonderful rest of the evening.
Thank you. You too.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. Okay. And so, as we mentioned earlier, our next episode is Halloween night. We will be at our normal time, 9 o'clock. And Anthony Sabelos will be on. He is of the Wraith Hunters, and he will be so shocked that I got his name right for his team. They are out of the San Antonio area. I got to hang out with them at Fear Fest in New Orleans. So please come and enjoy that episode as well. And if you don't make that episode, I wish everyone a wonderful Halloween and have a great rest of the week. And wherever you are in the world, have a wonderful day, a wonderful night, and a wonderful evening. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye, everyone.
You have just listened to the energy that surrounds us with your host, Michael Koff. Be sure to tune in next week for our next episode.